It's not true. I made it all up. I wanted him to, but he never touched me.
Do you realise just how much trouble you've caused?
Governor, can we just forget the whole thing, just mark it down as a misunderstanding?
I'll have to think about that. In the meantime, I'm sure Mitchell has something she wants to say.
I'm sorry, Mr. Manning. I'm real sorry.
So am I, Bobby.
Take her back to her cell.
Please, Mrs. Reynolds, when the others find out, they'll be so mad at me.
All right, you better lock her in. And Mitchell, please don't think you're going to get away with this. Come along.
Thanks. I was really worried there for a while.
So was I. Needless to say, you're reinstated. Back to normal duties starting now.
And don't forget, you've got to push these two little doovers when you want to record.
Great, this is going to be a breeze.
Breeze, nothing. Cyclone Bert's arrived. Hello, sweetheart. What, are you going to make it a party?
Oh, no, this is Doreen. She's going to keep knit.
Won't be any trouble, will there?
Oh, no, I'll give you heaps of warning.
Yeah, and you just say that you came back for a spanner.
Beauty, I've got my pliers in my back pocket.
Oh, have you got more than pockets in them there trousers?
Always were a little cracker, Helen. Worth every dollar.
Well, this one is going to cost you a cent. Just a few words into the microphone.
Haven't gone kinky, have you?
Not exactly. But a few words from you are going to make a lot of women very happy.
Beauty, what do you want me to say?
I'm telling you, she's my friend and I'm going to see the governor. You have to get someone else to cover for you.
And I'm telling you, it'll be the last thing you'll ever do.
To take my chances, won't I?
Well, I know what you're up to, Webster. Well, you talked her into it. You can just talk her out of it. Unless you want to send flowers to her funeral.
You know, she's going to get caught one of these days.
Who, Helen? Are you kidding? She's only keeping in practice.
Mrs. Reynolds will give her what for. You just wait and see.
Who, Helen?
Ah, Bobby.
Oh, here we go again. Hey, with a bit of luck, Cass and I'll be off the hook in a minute.
Reb, you really would go through with it? Tell the governor the truth about Phyllis?
That's what friends are for, isn't it?
Reb, there's something I've got to tell you. I just can't go through with it.
What do you mean?
I thought you didn't care what happened to me. So I went along with something the women were planning. It wasn't me that was going to frame, it was you.
You mean this is all a setup to get me to talk?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right. You had your reasons. This lot. All right, everybody, listen. And listen good. I was going to tell the truth about the kidnapping. Now I find you used an innocent kid like Sarah to do your dirty work.
Now, just a minute.
Hey, you wait a minute. Fatso! There's no way I'm changing my story now. They're going to haul you and Dumbo off to Blackmore. And you can stay there till you rot!
The tension made her gulp and she could feel her throat agitating beneath his hands. But never did she... Oh, someone's coming! Oh, bloody hell. Oh, g'day, Miss Ferguson. I thought I'd kill some time with a good book.
Really? I thought your taste only went as far as comic books.
Oh, I'm writing Hans Christian Andersen at the moment. You know, The King's Old Clothes, The Ugly Swan.
Oh, yes. All right, Burns. You move out of my way, you'll find yourself with another 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh. Another book lover, eh?
Oh, hi, Miss Ferguson. Yeah, reading really broadens the outlook. You should try it sometime.
Mr. Gibbs, you should have an officer with you.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. But you're here now, so it doesn't matter. I came back from applies and noticed that the speaker needed adjusting.
Yes, well, make sure you have an officer with you in future. You cannot trust these women.
I'll certainly do as you say, Miss Ferguson.
Bobby.
What?
What are you doing locked in here?
Everything went wrong.
What, didn't you tell them that I'd back you up?
The whole thing was a pack of lies. Mr. Manning never touched me.
Fool! You had the chance to nail him and you blew it. Now look where it's got you.
I don't care. It serves me right.
Do you want something, Stevens?
Just on my way to the dining room, Mrs. Morris.
Then I suggest you hurry up and go.
Yes, Mrs. Morris.
Poor kid. Yeah, she's more mixed up than ever.
Yes, and I don't like Stevens hanging around her either.
Well, Stevens wouldn't know what the word friendship meant, so you can bet your life she's trying to use Mitchell somehow.
What do you reckon, Jude, about what Reb said? Do you think they'll ship us off to Blackmore?
I don't know, love. For a while it looked good, but now I think we're back to square one.
You know, one way and another, Jude, this has been one lousy day.
Yeah, just like all the rest, isn't it?
Yeah, so listen, Bert's already showed me how we connected up to the speakers. Now all we have to do is a nifty little editing job and then the thing will be an overnight star.
Well, as long as I don't cop no longer in the nick, I've got no reason to stay here now.
Thanks a lot, friend.
Geez, you know you're my friend, Helen. Can't wait to see Fergo's face, but that's why we've got to do it right.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it. That idea of yours about a stroke wouldn't be such a bad idea. Here comes Macho Manuel.
They all know about it.
You needn't worry. The fact that you're here proves there's nothing to it.
Let's hope they see it that way. Well, there he goes.
You've got 15 minutes, ladies. I suggest you use it to eat your meal.
Mrs. Morris?
Where's Bobby? She's missing her dinner.
She's fine. She's in her cell. She's eating there.
Yeah, Mr. Manning's back to everything's all right,
That's right,
Morris?
Cass. He's resumed his duties. Right, on with your meal.
Looks like our Bobby's got an over-fertile imagination.
Well, it's a very bad thing to have, you ask me. Look at all the trouble she's caused. Someone ought to teach her to behave properly.
Well, I'm glad Mr. Manning didn't race her off. I reckon he's real nice.
Well, looks like I blew it.
Ah, come on, Jude. So we believed the kids, so we were wrong.
Yeah. Well, I owe Myra a big apology.
Well, I've spent all afternoon trying to come up with the right excuse, but I suppose there isn't one, is there?
No, drinking on duty's just not on. But it can be understood after what you've been through.
Did help to drown the hurt a bit.
Oh, you know as well as I do, in the long run, the hurt's still there.
Yes, I have heard all the cliches. Life goes on, etc.
Colleen, I really am very sorry.
I think I should be the one saying that.
I'd much rather you said it'd never happen again.
You try and tell me you're giving me a second chance. I thought you came here to fire me.
Of course I'm giving you a second chance. I'm not going to report what happened this morning, but I do want something in return.
Of course.
I want you to step down as Deputy Governor. Not permanently, just till you get yourself together again. And you can go on working part-time. Will you do that?
Do I have a choice? Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. But it won't be for long.
Good.
Right, now you just attach this end with the wires that Bert's left exposed, okay?
Oh, yeah, clear as mud. I think I understand. Now, this is the spare tape we're going to use.
Yeah, bang goes my Neil Diamond tape. Okay, well, let's get started.
Well, how come we didn't just use your recorder with Bert?
Oh, anybody recorded on this machine sounds as though they're standing in a wind tunnel with a mouthful of wet socks. Plays okay, though. Listen.
Hello, darling. I reckon you and I got a few things to catch up on.
Crikey, I wonder what the freak would say if she knew that she and Bert were going to be the new Olivia Nuclear Bomb and John Revolting.
Hi, Cass. I never got a chance to thank you for putting in a good word for me.
Oh, that's okay, Mr. Manning. I just told Mrs. Reynolds the truth. I knew you couldn't do nothing like that.
Wish everyone felt that way.
Yeah, silly little Bobby, eh? Somebody ought to shake her.
Oh, I wouldn't be too hard on her, Cass. She's pretty confused and unhappy right now.
Serves her right.
Nah, look, she's just got her emotions all mixed up. I think we've all done that from time to time, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, thanks again. I do appreciate it. Well, back to work, eh?
Oh, leave that. Get ready for work. I've got hours yet.
Colleen, about last night.
Oh, Meg. We did go over this last night. It's my own fault. If it had to happen, I'd rather you take my place than Joan Ferguson, so stop apologizing.